Hello, good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let's do some leg exercise, shall we? Oh, okay. Leg exercise. All right. Yeah, please feel free to join me. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Uh, okay. Wow. I'm really feeling the burn. Oh. Well, we take 5 minutes, please. Ooh. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Uh, Let me get some water. Okay. Yeah. It's really beautiful outside. Very bright and yeah. All right. So let's grab the whiteboard and we get the party started. Uh, is this too boring? We can do something else. Okay. Briefly. But well, let's do something else. Okay. We'll get back to this later. All right. No. There are some important things to talk about. Okay. So yeah, this morning I kind of woke up early and lying on my bed, I turned the light on because I have remote control. Again, I don't have to get out of bed in order to turn on the heater or light lamp because I have remote control of that stuff. Okay. In Walmart they sell this in the what it is it's like clap on, clap off kind of thing, okay? But it's instead of clapping, it's remote controlled, okay? So you plug it in into the electric outlet on the wall, okay? And you connect your lamp or heater to that uh, adapter, okay? And then you can remote control no matter what it is. I mean, as long as the voltage is not too high, wattage is not too high. Yeah, you can turn on and off. That's what I'm using. Okay, so yeah, I woke up quite early this morning, and then in my bed, I have. I think that's too bright. So on my bed, I have notebook and pencil, mechanical pencil, and I was looking for this. We derived this before, right? The way we derived this was using two transactional demand curve. Okay, but I was not satisfied with that. All right, because it involves delta. All right, I don't want delta. Okay, so without using delta, if we don't use delta, that means we have to derive that equation with this one curve. I was thinking about that this morning. I got it. Okay, I share with you. Right. Um. I feel the need to grab another whiteboard. Okay, because I don't quite want to erase this yet because I haven't written down yet. Okay. Uh, uh, Yay. We'll grab this guy. Yeah. Without thinking twice, we'll just erase it. Because, yeah, the population uh, model, we don't need it now. So if we need it, we'll drive it again, brand new. Okay, no problem. This is not that difficult. Alright, so yeah. But so we have a lot of theories in mathematics, right, and science in general, this population model that's more like biological mathematics. I mean, mathematical biology, right? Uh, we'll get to that. Okay, we'll write about it, and then we'll in the future. So we have a lot to write about, right? Yeah, we have just so many things to write. Um, we are just taking time, right? And yeah, but we need some empty whiteboards, so we have to erase it. And I really don't like erasing. I want to save it, but what can I do? Not much I can do. Okay, so we're gonna make it very simple, okay? Because modeling, scientific modeling, the key to scientific modeling is simplification. Okay, we need to get rid of all the unnecessary details. All right, otherwise we are not going anywhere. All right, so I no. Okay, whatever. So here you will just simplify. Okay, let's say this involuntary volitional demand. The involuntary consumer. Okay, here you have voluntary consumer. Okay, and here you have non-consumers. Okay, involuntary consumers. They are the people we need to bribe. We offering them for free pasta is not good enough. We have to give them money, extra money, so that they come and buy. I mean, take our free pasta. Okay, but so we are kind of simplifying it. Okay, so, but this should be good enough for now. And involuntary consumers. Okay, of course you have number of people, just same as number of pasta. Okay, one pasta, one person. Okay, and then your price dollar, right? Uh, now, and let's say this is you have uh just some constant c. Okay, then this straight line. Okay, pretend this is straight line. Y is equal to minus x plus c. Okay, and what this is this. So this is like a d max, maximum demand. Right? And given point in this curve, here you have transactional demand, which is same as transactional supply. Okay? And from here to here, you have price. Okay? Well, let's make it easier. You don't want it to draw this right two in the middle because that becomes very confusing. Okay, so right here. For now, let's pretend this curve, transactional demand curve is it has slope -1. Okay, so okay, so this is P, and you have transitional demands, which is same as transitional supply, right? So basically, you cannot quite see it, can you? there. Uh, and because the slope is -1, okay, from here to there is same as this guy from here to here. Okay, so there's P. Okay, okay, so D max from here to here. Okay, D max maximum demand, right? Which is same as volitional demand. Okay, so this is uh, volitional demand, which is demand max, is equal to P plus transactional demand, which is same as P plus transactional supply. Okay, so there you have it. Transactional supply, we just call it supply. Okay, so maximum demand, volitional demand, we just call it demand. Okay, so demand is equal to price plus supply. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. And what if this slope is not -1? Yeah, it's just matter of constant. Okay, multiply by k. Okay, those are minor details. Okay, this is conceptually correct. All right, so yeah, I found this morning. Okay, on my bed. Yeah. Hmm? Conceptually, yeah, we are getting rid of all the minor details. All right, we're just getting the concept down. This is correct equation. All right, so I was very happy about it. Okay, so you have S, P, S, entire thing, D. Okay, D is equal to P plus S. Right? Yeah. It took me a while, okay, but graciously God gave it to us. Okay, yeah. I just want to share it with you. Okay, so I was very happy about this. Okay, it happened this morning. First time. Okay, yeah. So as we move along this curve, transactional demand curve, okay, when price is zero, okay, yeah, the demand level is violation of demand level, okay, that's that, and all the pasta that you produce, people come and take it for free, okay. When you offer your pasta for free, and let's say whenever one customer comes, you make a pasta, and let's say you have plenty of enough food material in the refrigerator and freezer. Okay, so whenever one customer comes to eat one pasta, you make one. Okay, all the food material, preparation material, they're in the refrigerator or freezer. They're permanently stocked, well stocked. Okay, so whenever one consumer comes, you make one pasta, and if you offer for free, all the people in town who actually want your pasta will come. Okay, we are not talking about bribable consumers, involuntary consumers. We're not talking about them, okay? I mean, of course, those people who take free pasta, it's not that free because gas money, their time money, right? Yeah. And if they take this pasta home, it will take some space in their house too. And that cost money, rent money, okay? Yeah. So time, space, money, they are convertible, interconvertible. Yeah, we call it copium in humanology, okay? But I'm not going to use that language in this paper because they will not know what I'm talking about. Okay, so but I will refer to the humanology paper, of course. It's already done. Okay, what happens when we increase the price? Yeah, the P max. This is P max. Okay, which is slightly, technically speaking, slightly more than the very last price at the wealthiest person would buy. That's slightly more than that because at P max nobody's buying it because it's a minimum price at which nobody's buying it. It's too expensive. Okay, but those are minor details. Okay, so P max maximum price. Okay, um, then uh, there's no supply because nobody's buying it. Okay, then P is equal to D. Okay, conceptually. Then what does that mean? P max, D max, P max, they are the same. Okay, conceptually. That means uh, the higher the quality of this pasta is, P max will increase. So you'll be upward shifting of the curve, the sector curve, as the popularity or quality of this pasta increases. Right. So yeah, it's the maximum price that the last person on earth, the wealthiest individual, is willing to pay for the pasta. Okay. So they're conceptually equal. I mean, there's some equivalence there. Okay. Conceptually. Okay. So yeah, I was very happy about this result. Okay. We'll take 5 minutes break. Okay. And we'll put this away and get another whiteboard and we'll do some probability. Is it getting worse? But it will be fun. Okay. Probability theory in court, in jurisprudence, trial court. Okay. We're going to talk about that. And it's going to be very fun. Okay. So, yeah, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Yeah. There we go. Well, before we get rid of this whiteboard, yeah, we gotta. There are a few more things to talk about because it's important. Okay, before I forget, right? But before we talk about that, let's talk about something else. Let's take a brief break from economics. Okay. So we are not elites. I mean, the only kind of elites that we emphasize is moral elites, ethical elites, okay, metaphysical elites. It's about morality, okay. Those are few. There are only a handful of people who are very moral and ethical. Okay, those are the elites, moral elites. Okay, when it comes to this college education, I mean it's just division of labor. We are doing our part because this is something we are good at. Science, mathematics. That's not elitist. That's just division of labor. Okay, I mean we need physical laborers like manufacturers who does physical labor. We all depend on each other. This division of labor concept in economics. Okay, yeah. So this is something that we are good at. It's our job. It's division of labor. Okay, this is not more elitist than laborers or manufacturers. No, it's division of labor. Okay? We are just doing different kind of job. All right, we all rely on each other. So yeah, for the division of labor, different kind of labor. Okay, that's all this is. All right, so yeah. Here's something we're good at, okay? So, yeah, but we appreciate essential business. Well, this is this essential business? Yeah, a little bit. But this is more like video game, right? Yeah, kicking all this stuff, right? Yeah, but it is important. Why? Because I mean, the supply traditional Alfred Marshallian supply demand curve, they don't explain very well the negative price situation. Okay, they they don't even have that. Okay, to make that habit, you have to some demand curve that go past the y-axis like this, and then supply curve over there, and then you have negative price, right? That's awkward. It just doesn't work, all right? Because it's an incorrect model, all right? So, but here we are fixing the volitional demand, Dmax, okay? And here we can still make negative price. There's actors market. Okay. Uh, yeah, bribery situation where uh, transactional supply it exceeds maximum demand. So transactional demand it exists, but price has to go negative. Okay. Here, price is equal to demand minus supply. Right. If supply exceeds volitional demand, price will go negative. Meaning, casting directors, they are busy. They don't really want to see these actors wanting to audition because there's no more film or TV show project left. But actors still want to be shown. They still want to show their acting skill to casting directors. Okay, but it will cost you some money. Okay, yeah, you give me show your monologue audition, but you have to pay me for watching your show. It's like, let's say you have some theater, right? Actors are so eager to have audience. So they are paying the audience to come and watch their performance. That's the casting workshop situation. Okay. It's not, I'm not making this up. It actually happens in Hollywood. Okay. Yeah. How about education? Okay. Let's say I go to school. Let's say it's like creative writing class. I love writing, so I want some audience. My teacher, creative writing class teacher. I write this novel as a homework assignment in creative writing class. I'm paying my creative writing English teacher to read my novel, and he's the only reader. Nobody will read my novel. And I'm paying him to read my novel, my English teacher. in creative writing class. Okay, it's as if I write a novel. Nobody want to read it, but hey, Mister, Miss, would you read this novel that I wrote? No. What if I give you $1 for it, for your time? $10, $20? Would you please read my novel? I pay you for your time. That's the negative price situation. But it's not as bad. It's education, right? Yeah, education is good. So you're paying for the class. You're paying your teacher to read your novel. Okay, so it's kind of that kind of situation. So it's not as bad. Okay. Well, during the year 2020, COVID-19. Okay, business shut down, house lockdown. So people are not going anywhere. They are locked down. COVID-19, 2020, right? So oil and gas price went negative. Why? That volitional I mean, transactional demand curve going down. We'll talk about that later, okay? Because this whole other topic, okay? Then, yeah, price can go negative. Why? I mean, you have some supply situation, right? Like here, if this curve going down, then supply, same kind of supply, okay? Then price will go negative in that brand new curve, downward shifted curve, okay? So how do you explain that in more realistic setting in terms of cost? I give you a minute, okay? Why did oil price go negative? And we explained just now downward shifting of this transit demand curve, but in more conceptual way, how else can you explain that in terms of cost? That's a hint, okay? I'll give you a minute, all right? I mean, if you are good at economics, you probably understand what I'm asking, okay? Otherwise, no need to worry about it, okay? Because I'll tell you in a minute. Okay? I want to drink and relax. I stayed at work today until like 6 o'clock. Okay, so yeah, it was longer than usual. We're kind of busy nowadays. Okay, then why? How can I do all this in my spare time? Okay, I woke up early this morning on my bed with my notebook and pencil. Yeah, scribbled it all down. Okay, so, 'cause I need only so much sleep. Okay, it's this. During COVID-19, okay, year 2020, last year, there's less demand for gas, right? Oil and gas. People are not driving. They're just using internet, Zoom meeting, or work from home, internet connection. Okay. Yeah. But oil producers, refinery, they are producing the same level of oil. So supply didn't change. What's changed the decreased demand for oil and gas. Okay? So then where does this oil go? It's not making any money because people are not buying oil and gasoline. Okay. They're not buying it. Okay. Then oil retailers, they will have to rent extra storage. Space is money. You have to pay rent for it. Yeah. So oil producers, they're trying to sell me the oil that I cannot sell. So okay, yeah, you want to sell me oil? I'm oil retailer, like gas station. Guys, if you want me to take this oil from you, you have to pay me. Why? I need some extra storage unit and pay the rent for it, the space, and there is also labor too, time for people, my employees. So time and space, it cost both of them cost money. My employees will have to take this extra oil and put in the public storage, and so that's my employees' time, which costs money. And the storage unit, I have to pay rent for it. So space is money too. Hmm? You have to pay me money to take this oil, so that's negative price. Hmm? Yeah, that's another way to look at it. Okay, so all right, we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, and we are done for tonight talking about economics. Okay, and we'll grab another whiteboard and talk about probability in court. Okay. I intend to write about it at some point in the future. Okay, so we have too many things to write about. Okay, so that's good. Yeah. All right. So, we gotta grab new whiteboard, huh? My least favorite time. Okay, we'll do this. Oh, I have no idea what this is about. Some abstract algebra, I guess. I will just erase it. Alright, so. Some mathematics in the past. Okay, so. We'll do some calculus as a preliminary, okay? I mean, I don't dislike calculus. I like calculus. It's just that I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to do calculus all the time. Set theory, yeah, it's like discrete mathematics, like combinatorics, right? Calculus, more continuous mathematics, right? Yeah, it's good diversity, variety. Yeah. Okay, so E, which is a Euler's number, but Euler, I looked it up. Euler did not discover natural number E. Okay, E is like it's about 2.7. Okay, it defined as 1 plus 1 over n to the n limit n goes to infinity. Okay, so okay, that's one way to define what E is, Euler's number. But it was Bernoulli, not Euler, who discovered this number. Okay, Bernoulli was studying compound interest in finance. Yeah, I looked it up. Okay, that's how Bernoulli discovered number E. It was not Euler who discovered it. Okay, why did they name it after Euler E? That I don't know. Okay, I heated some Euler's equation, right? With e to the I pi is equal to 1, something like that. Something like that, right? Yeah. It's cool, okay, but he did not discover this. This was Bernoulli, right? Like Bernoulli, he is good at with this pressure, hydrodynamics, whatever, okay? Yeah, whatever. Bernoulli's number, whatever. But yeah, Bernoulli discovered it. Okay, so, all right. And then, how about this? What is 1 minus 1 over n to the n? Okay. Yeah, I tried to find this. I couldn't. So I looked it up. Okay. And YouTube, I think it was like some like 7 minute lecture by some Hispanic professor, I think. He was speaking in Spanish, I think. Okay. But yeah, I understand mathematical language. I do understand Spanish a little bit, so I was able to understand how he solved this problem. Okay. I couldn't. Okay. So I looked up and I watched this YouTube instruction video by a professor who was speaking Spanish. Okay. I was able to understand. I understand mathematical language. It's kind of like universal language, right? International language, mathematics. He was speaking Spanish, I think. Okay, and I do understand Spanish a little bit, so I was able to understand. So it goes like this. Yeah. It was like, you can see this, right? N minus 1. Okay, so this is 1 over n minus 1. Right? It's very smart algebraic manipulation. Oh, I couldn't do this. Okay, there was just no way I can possibly do this on my own. Okay, so as n goes to infinity, 1 over infinity minus 1, infinity minus 1 is infinity. Okay, so 1 over infinity, 0. So disappears. Okay, so as n go to infinity, n minus 1, n minus 1, they go to infinity too. Okay, so this becomes 1 over e. Okay. Why did we do this? Because we need this. We'll need this later on. There's this California Supreme Court case in 1960s in Los Angeles, California. Okay, it was a trial, criminal trial, has to do with some theft back in 1960s. Okay, and the criminal trial, so prosecutor won. The defendants they appealed to the California Supreme Court. All right, 1960s, and California Supreme Court Justice, State Supreme Court of California. Okay, he had this one clerk, judicial clerk, who graduated from Harvard Law School, and that one clerk's undergraduate major mathematics in Harvard College. Double bill. Okay, so he went to the clerk, judicial clerk of California Supreme Court Justice, 1960s. Okay, that clerk in his undergrad he majored in mathematics in Harvard. Then he went to Harvard Law School after that. After that, yeah, he became a judicial clerk of California Supreme Court Justice. What's the justice's name? I don't know. Maybe Justice Trenor. I don't know. Uh, What's the judicial clerk's name? Lawrence Tribe. Mr. Professor Lawrence Tribe. After that, he became Harvard Law professor in constitutional law in Harvard University. Constitutional law professor, Mr. Professor Lawrence Tribe, Larry Tribe. Okay. So when this case, California trial case in Los Angeles, California, People versus Collins, huh? and they lost the case, the criminal defendants, okay, Mr. Collins and his wife, okay, they appealed the decision. So he went to California Supreme Court, okay. So Mr. Lawrence Tribe, uh, as a clerk, he he wrote this appendix in this Supreme California Supreme Court, State Supreme Court decision as an appendix. He explained some mathematics. Bottom line, he was brilliant, but he was wrong. He was brilliantly wrong. Okay, and we're gonna explain that because when I was in law school, I was taking evidence law class, law of evidence. All right, and it was one of the required reading. People versus Collins, because very famous case is in every evidence law textbook. Okay, so we have to read it. So there's this appendix written by Mr. Lawrence Tribe. It involves some mathematics. He was mathematics major in Harvard, right? I never been to Harvard. Okay, I haven't even been to Massachusetts. Okay, I'm sure it's a great state. Okay, so but he majored in mathematics. I did not major in mathematics. He went to Harvard. I didn't go to Harvard, but I love mathematics. So I kind of reverse engineered what he did, and I found some serious errors in his mathematical reasoning in the appendix. In the Supreme Court, California Supreme Court opinion, People versus Collins. Okay, so I told you it's going to be very exciting. Okay, yeah, he was brilliant. Okay, but he made some very critical errors. I don't think it was a mistake. I think he cheated. All right, so okay, I'll show you. All right. He used this. Okay, so he was brilliant, but he was wrong. Okay? So it's like Einstein. Okay, yeah, his use of tensor calculus in general relativity theory, also some good mathematics in special relativity theory. He was brilliant. Okay, but he was wrong anyway. Brilliantly wrong. Okay, so Mr. Uh, Lawrence Tribe, Mr. Albert Einstein, they were brilliant in mathematics, but they were both wrong. All others, yeah, they were deceived. I mean, Mr. Albert Einstein, I don't think he was intentionally deceived, but he was blind leading the blind kind of thing. Okay, so they are brilliant, but when it comes to Mr. Lawrence Tribe, I think he cheated intentionally. Okay, then I don't know, but I don't think it was an honest mistake. I think there's some cheating involved. Okay, I show you. Okay, but that's my guess. Okay, I don't know for sure. I'm not a mind reader. Okay, but that mistake was too so blatantly obvious. Okay, it has to be a cheating. Okay, in my opinion. It take 5 minutes. Okay, so, but I'm glad he made that mistake, whether it's honest mistake or deceptive mistake, cheating or not. I'm glad he did what he did. Why? Because it was very interesting to reverse engineer, to read his mind, mathematical mind, and correct the errors. Okay, so I'm glad it happened that way. Okay, he asked the right question, but he answered wrong, just like Sigmund Freud, Albert Einstein. Karl Marx. Okay, he asked the right question, but he answered wrong. We're gonna correct him. Give me 5 minutes. It's so beautiful outside. Okay. Well, some background story. Okay, so Mr. Professor in constitutional law in Harvard University. I never met him. Okay, I saw his picture. He's very handsome gentleman. Okay. Uh, okay. Some backgrounds. Okay, so constitutional law in law school to become a professor in constitutional law. That's like holy grail. Okay, that's the most coveted position in law school among professors to become a professor in constitutional law. That's like holy grail. Okay. Yeah. And to become a professor in Harvard University, Harvard Law School, holy grail too. I mean, you have Yale Law School, of course, but still. So yeah, constitutional law professor in Harvard, they are like as high as it gets, okay, because many of them become Supreme Court justices. Okay. So some politics, okay. Mr. Trump, he paid a visit to this Harvard Law School professor's office, and there was Professor Lawrence Tribe. Okay, but mistakes were made. Why? Because President Trump he did not know. I guess Mr. Professor Lawrence Tribe he's more like Democrat. He's more left-leaning liberalists. Okay, he's not conservative. Okay, when he was a clerk for this justice in California Supreme Court, He sided with defendants. That's liberalism. Okay. Prosecutor, that's more conservative, like law and order. Governmental prosecutors in criminal law. Okay. Yeah. But when he was clerking for California Supreme Court Justice, I think it was Justice Trenor, who's very famous. I don't know for sure. Okay. So, but uh, well, let me look it up. Okay. People versus Collins. Who was the justice? Justice Sullivan. Okay. 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 So I guess he clerked for Justice Sullivan. Okay. Uh, okay. Yeah. So Justice Sullivan. He's not just yes. Justice Trenor. He's very famous California Supreme Court Justice. Okay. So, but it was not him. It was Justice Sullivan, who's not as well known. Okay. The Professor Lawrence Tribe clocked for. Okay. So Professor Lawrence Tribe. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Trump before the election, he for whatever reason paid visit to get some legal opinion, and it was Mr. Trump's mistake that he did not know Professor Lawrence Tribe was a Democrat. Okay. So in criminal law, plaintiff side, that's the state. Okay. Prosecutors, they're conservative, right? Public defenders advocating for criminals, criminally accused, they're more liberal, right? Left-leaning Democrats. Okay. So that's criminal law side. Okay. In civil side, plaintiffs, civil plaintiffs, they are the more like left leaning. Okay. The plaintiff's lawyer in civil side, they're more left leaning, liberal, Democratic Party kind of. Defense side in civil cases, typically insurance defense attorneys, okay, they're more conservative, big corporation, pro business, right? Yeah. So that's that dualism right there, okay? You have criminal side and civil side, and then your plaintiff side, defendant side. Okay, criminal side, plaintiff. Okay, they're Republican. Okay, criminal side, defendants, they are like Democrats. Okay, so civilian side, plaintiff, they're Democrats. Okay, civil side defendant, they're like defense, insurance defense. They're more like Republicans. Okay, so there's dual dualism, minus, plus, minus, minus, plus there. Okay, so well, let's take a picture of this. Okay, this is kind of important and very interesting. Okay, so okay. Well, I'm a civil plaintiff side. Okay, yeah, personal injury lawyer. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of liberal Democratic Party left leaning. Okay, but big part of me is very much liberal. Okay, I'm not 100% Republican, Christian, conservative. I'm not. Okay? I'm like half and half. Okay, all right. So yeah, what Mr. Lawrence Tribe did was in his blog or some social media, he kind of talked about this what President Trump said during that private conversation. Okay, that's kind of unethical to do so. Okay, yeah, attorney-client privilege, confidentiality. He kind of violated that. Okay, kind of borderline case. Okay, so that came up in back in 2016 presidential election season. Right? Yeah, Republican primary, and there came this Mr. Senator from Texas, Mr. Ted Cruz, very handsome man. He's like Cuban-based Hispanic gentleman, very handsome. Okay, yeah, I mean, my objection to him is like a ultra-intellectualist. Okay, just like Mr. Senator from Florida, Marco Rubio. Okay, he's Hispanic too. Okay, he's more like Mexican based, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I have nothing against Hispanics. Okay, but when they engage in the ultra-internationalism, because both Senator Ted Cruz from Texas, Senator Marco Rubio from Florida, they're both Hispanic origin. Okay, but they married this prize wife, this golden, blonde, young, Caucasian, young female, slender. Okay, so this ultra-internationalism. So I do not like either of them. Okay, so they are both senators, both Republicans, both Hispanics, okay, and both lawyers, former lawyers, okay, so whatever. But they did very well in this primary Republican debate against Mr. Trump back in 2016. Okay, they did very well. Okay, so during the debate, yeah, Mr. Senator of Texas, Ted Cruz, who went to Harvard Law School, okay, he somewhat harshly criticized about uh, Mr. Professor Lawrence Tribe, Larry Tribe, okay, because Mr. Ted Cruz was there, Harvard Law School, and I guess, his constitutional law professor was Lawrence Tribe, okay, so I guess he he did not like his class very much, okay, because he's conservative and Professor Tribe is liberalistic, so yeah, okay, so that's the background. So I took the picture of this, okay, so uh, then I have in my cell phone that decision, right? Opinion, California Supreme Court back in 1960s or 50 years ago, half a century ago. Okay. Yeah, People versus Collins. Okay. And I show you where Mr. Lawrence Tribe made a mistake. Okay. I do not think it was a honest mistake. Okay. It was very dishonest mistake in my opinion, but it was very smart mistake too. Okay. The way he did it, yeah, I can tell it was some error. I don't think he did not know it. I think he knew it. It was the wrong thing to do. As a mathematics major in Harvard University undergrad, I didn't go to Harvard. I did not major in mathematics, but to me, it was a blatantly obvious kind of error. So I think he cheated, right? But in a sense, I'm glad he did. Why? Because it was a beautiful mistake, okay, or beautiful deception, right? Because I was so glad to backtrack and reverse engineer what he did. Back in Pasadena, California, when I was a computer programmer for a small business, kind of medium business. Okay. Yeah, they were selling jewelries online. Okay. They asked me, my job was to reverse engineer this frugal Google shop back in the days. Okay. Based on keyword search, it's not Google, but it's like frugal. Google Market, Google Shop. Okay. They used to call it frugal back in 2007, 2006. Okay. Yeah. I did reverse engineer how their algorithm because I'm a computer programmer. Okay. So yeah, I made their based on keyword search ranking in Google Shop, frugal, not Google, but frugal Google Shop to come up the company's ranking number one based on keyword search. Okay. Yeah, I reverse engineer that. Yes. Yeah, I know how to do it. Okay. I'm not a hacker. I don't hack, right? I'm not illegal programmer. I was not. Never was, right? But I know how to reverse engineer. Yeah, it's like reading people's mind a little bit. Some experimentation, okay? I'm not a mind reader, but when it comes to Mr. Lawrence Tribe, right, back in 1960s, yeah, I kind of reverse engineered, okay, what he did, and then I will present it to you after 5 minutes break, okay? So, and I'm glad he did what he did because it was fascinating journey, okay? We kind of did this before, like 3 years ago, okay? We revisit this issue. Will I write about it? Yeah, if time allows, sometime in the future, because it's so fascinating. Right. We'll take 5 minutes, okay? Okay. It's kind of deja vu. Okay, so we're gonna erase this. Okay, so it's some calculus. Okay, so we can safely erase this. All right, there's some this dualism, dualism there, but that's very important. But yeah, I took a picture of this. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna erase this. All right, so yeah, so one Mr. Lawrence Tribe, the Harvard Law constitutional professor, brilliant. Okay, and very diligent. I I really appreciate what he did. Okay, but he was wrong, right? So just like Mr. Albert Einstein, yeah, brilliant, but wrong, brilliantly wrong. Okay, and other people they're like, oh, he's like so brilliant, so they are mesmerized, like putting a magical spell, right? So they were no wrong with it. Okay, so but we are scientists. Okay, we are mathematicians. So what we do sometimes we correct the mistakes of our predecessors. I mean, they asked the right question. I'm glad they did because we're correcting them. All right, we are having fun with it. But mistakes need to be corrected for the sake of future generation. All right, so okay. Mr. Lawrence Tribe used Bayesian conditional probability. Okay, Bayesian principle, product rule. Okay, what is it? Yeah, well, I write a paper about this at some point. Maybe after this economics paper. Well, I wanted to talk about climate change, alarmism. So we have so many things to write about. Okay, so but writing is very slow process, right? I have a job. Okay, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Okay, so yeah, writing is very slow process, but it's good that we take it slow because rockfish they live a long time. Okay, even more than 100 years because the metabolism is very slow. In biology, yeah, free radicals. Okay, these oxidants. That's what's causing aging. Okay, so way down, deep down in the cold water in the ocean, like some sharks, rockfish, lobsters, they live very long lives because they take it easy. They lay back. They take it slow. Okay. That's the key for longevity. Knowing how to slow down. In Bible, they say, honor thy parents. Okay. Because it slows us down. Okay. And we need that. Bible says, Old Testament, Mosaic, Mosesian Bible. Okay. Yeah. Honor thy parents, then thou shalt live long. Okay. Yeah. We need to slow down. Okay. Thanking our parents, parental figures. Okay. It slows us down, and that's good because we live longer. Let me refill this vodka. It's already out, huh? Yeah, I'm kind of getting drunk. So talking about metaphysical parenthood, okay, parental figures. Yeah, I have many parental figures, all different races. One of them, African Americans. Okay, yeah. So it's this kind of deja vu moment already seen, right? In French, there's this wonderful song about deja vu. I think it was African American female. Okay, deja vu, da la 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 la, joy through, beautiful rhyming. Da 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 da. Da 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 deja vu. I think it was an African American female. I think it's a yeah division of labor. Some people are good at music, some people are good at physical labor, and some of us are good at all doing all this reverse engineering. One Mr. Lawrence tribes appendix. All right, yeah, whatever. Okay, we'll go ahead. The mistake he made. Okay, so I'm glad he made this mistake. Okay, because it's very educational. Okay. Yeah. When I was in law school in Ann Arbor, Michigan, okay, I presented this to a couple of my friends, some of them physics major, okay, so they know mathematics, okay, so they suggested me I should write a paper, and I haven't yet. Well, kinda, okay, in my some novel series, 3 dozen novel series. I think I wrote about this already, okay, using my pen name. What's my pen name I used? I'm not gonna tell you, okay, so. It's there, out there already. Okay, so somewhere in the internet. Okay, so okay, so Mr. Lawrence tribe he used Bayesian probability, conditional probability. Okay, and I think that was a mistake. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about this. Maybe will be our next paper. Maybe we'll not write about climate change. Okay, maybe we'll talk about this probability theory in courtroom. Okay, probability theory in court. Maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe there will be our next paper. Okay. I don't know. After this economics paper is done, in a month or so. Okay, so we are busy. Okay, okay. So Mr. Lawrence Tribe came up with this quotient A over B. Okay, was numerator part upstairs. Million, 12 million. Okay, $12 million. What about 12 million? Okay, Right, so that's the numerous part. This smart guy, okay, very diligent, okay. I like him, okay, kinda, yeah. I mean, he's left-leaning, liberalistic, Democrat. I'm a right-leaning, conservative Christian, but still, I really appreciate what he did here. Okay, the denominator part, alright, that's like okay. So that's that, right? So I think what he did was this: 12 million is like infinity, alright? It's very big number, 12 million, okay? But it's still a constant and number of population, alright? That's the variable. There's strict distinction in mathematics between constant and or variable, right? So what he did was this. Oh, man, I just spilled my water. Let me get some towel, okay? I just spilled my water. It will give me some break from to my vocal cords, so it's all good. Okay, so what a mess. Just water. Wiping them off this carpet with my towel, right? It will dry up, okay, so I put in the laundry. Let me refill my water, okay? I need my water. So, okay. So, I think the error that Mr. Lawrence Tribe made here is that he equalized big constant with big variable. All right, 12 million. Well, it's a big number, but it's still constant, right? In mathematics, constant and variable, they are not the same thing, right? Yeah, 12 million is a constant. It's a big number, still a constant, okay? And that can be 10 trillion or forever if infinity, okay, it's a variable, right? You cannot equalize in mathematics a big constant with big variable. Big variable, they can way go off, okay? You cannot equalize constant, no matter how big it is. You cannot equalize that with big variable, okay? Because big variable, it can be quadrillion, 10 trillion, whatever, okay? You can go forever, okay? So, okay. But by mistake, intentional or accidental, honest or dishonest mistake, whatever, okay? He can't equalize these things, okay? So that's how I reverse engineered what he did, okay? Yeah, I don't think it was intentional mistake. I do not think it was unintentional mistake because he was mathematics major in Harvard. I bet he knew better than making this mistake. Okay, I think it was deceptive. That's my opinion. Okay, but I'm glad he did. Why? It's so instructional. Okay, I had so much fun reverse engineering, trying to read his mind. That was done 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 1960s, before I was even born. All right. Yeah, kind of same thing. Okay, we did in this past papers. We reverse engineered Mr. Albert Einstein. Okay, we disproved him. Okay. Oh, back in 20 years ago, yeah, reverse engineered Frugal, Google Shop. Okay, it's intellectually challenging. Okay, so yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, with this narrative. All right, so limit. Okay, and go to infinity. All right, assuming. Falsely, okay, so we put some exclamation mark there. It's false. Okay, yeah, 12 million is big enough of a constant. It becomes n. Okay, that's the mistake he made. Okay, right there. All right, I think it was an intentional mistake. Okay, I think it was deception. All right, but it was beautiful mistake. It was beautiful mistake. I had so much fun tracing, reverse engineering, tracking down where his mistake was. Okay, it was beautiful and it was so much fun. I'm glad he made this deception or mistake. Okay, so here we go. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so one minus. He's cool. I like him. I kind of like him. Okay, so he's interesting guy, kind of guy. Okay, so that's upstairs. All right, downstairs. We put exclamation mark. Right. All right. And this becomes upstairs. 1 minus 1 minus n 1 over n to the n just like 1 over e, right? Minus n cancel out, right? So 1 minus 1 over n, 1 minus n, that's like n, okay? Goes to infinity, so that's like 1 over e, okay? Yeah. Downstairs. 1 minus 1 over e. Okay, so this boils down to we're gonna put exclamation mark because this is wrong. All right. Yeah, it boils down to 1 minus 2 over e over 1 minus e. 1 over e. Okay, so you multiply e, okay, so e minus 2 over e minus 1. Okay. Which is what? E is like 2.7, right? Yeah, so 0.7 over 1.7. Which is let me calculate this in my cell phone. All right. It's like 50% basically, okay? Less than that, okay? Like 40%, all right? So 7 over 17. Yeah, it's like 40%, okay? So that's how he did it, right? The mistake he made, I think was intentional, okay? You cannot equalize constant with variable. 12 million is a constant. It's a big constant, but n equals to infinity, okay? It's a variable. You cannot equalize constant and variable, okay? But that's I think that's what he did. All right, and I bet as a Harvard mathematics undergraduate major, he knew better, okay? So I think he cheated, okay? So that's my guess. All right, so. But I'm glad he did. Why? It's fascinating, okay? The way he did this, okay, is brilliant but wrong. So it's wrongfully brilliant, just like Mr. Albert Einstein, special general relativity, okay? So other people, they are like, it's so brilliant, okay? Oh, just glad that they understood what Professor Einstein or Princeton University or Professor Lawrence Tribe Harvard did. They go along with it, okay? But there's some handful of us, minority, okay? We object. Yeah, it's brilliant, but it's still wrong, okay? In physics, mathematics, they can be brilliant, but they can still be wrong. With Albert Einstein's case, I don't think it was intentional. For Mr. Lawrence Tribe case, I think it was intentional. Okay, I think he cheated. Okay, I bet he knew better than this. Okay, you cannot equalize big constant with big variable. They are not the same thing. Okay, but I think that's what he did. So we kind of reverse engineer what he. And I'm glad he did this. Why? It's fascinating. Okay, very educational and instructional. Okay, yeah, I'm glad he did this. Okay, he was like Supreme Court of California State Supreme Court busy, but he took time to remember back in his undergraduate mathematics major days in Boston, Massachusetts, Harvard. Okay, he took time to write this appendix in mathematical language. I'm very glad he did that. Okay, I'm very grateful that he did that. Okay, he asked the right question, and before him, yeah, the California, Los Angeles, California, maybe county level, city level prosecutor, right? Yeah, I mean, he understood some mathematics, but he made some error too. Prosecutor in this People versus Collins, but he got some good intuition. He was not exactly correct, but not too wrong. So it's a whole lot of paper. I'm kind of inclined to write about this after economics paper. Okay, it's such a beautiful story, right? Mathematical story. Yeah, and also legal drama too. Okay, and there's some politics, some racism, cultural conflict, criminalism. Yeah, so probably next paper after economics paper. Okay, I mean, I'm kind of inclined to write about this. Okay, climate change. Maybe we'll have to postpone it, right? I don't know. But Mr. Professor Lawrence Tribe, brilliant mathematician and jurist, but it was wrong. Okay, you cannot equalize constant and variable. That's that's wrong in mathematics. Okay, but we can reverse engineer, and we think this is what he did, right? Yeah, but we are glad that he did what he did. Okay, things happens for good reasons, right? Yeah, it's very educational, instructional. Okay, it's not 40%. Okay, yeah, it's long story. Okay, yeah, but did I correct his mistake? Did I correct California, Los Angeles prosecutor's mistake? I did, right? Yeah, the right probability. Yeah, I worked it out in my spare time. Yeah, we get this answer right. Okay, there's the right questions. Los Angeles, California prosecutor and Supreme Court, California Supreme Court judicial clerk, Mr. Lawrence Schreiber, they did their best. We appreciate their labor. But they didn't quite get the answer right. We did. Okay. And tomorrow I'll share it with you. Okay. And you will take tomorrow's whole episode because it's not that simple. Okay. But I got it. All right. Yeah, it will be subject matter of next paper. Okay. We'll write all about it. Yeah. Yeah, please pray for me, okay? I pray for you so that you be safe and sound. I pray for you so that you be safe and sound, okay? Please pray for me so that I be safe and sound, right? And we keep writing this. So tomorrow we'll talk about this, okay? Economist paper, yeah, I keep writing it, but the main backbone is already done. We'll know all about it, okay? So when it comes to probability theory in court, okay? Yeah, I did write about it, but I didn't quite publish it yet. Okay, so I was kind of reviewing it. Okay, so and it came up, right? Yeah, it'll be our next paper. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night. Bye. Have a nice week. Thank you.